All right. Hello, everybody. We are popping up alive again, and we decided comes in and talk to you guys about something important. The reasons why I need to come out in the public as a twin flame, and what it that does for you. Maybe at the beginning you don't understand these portions. Maybe you do it at some point. Maybe you do it until a certain point, with certain people, with certain situations, with certain things. But at some point, when your union begins to comes in, you begin to face that challenge in full. And when we're talking about this, is about that there is this internal conflict between what it is and how you feel when you don't express it. And then what you can create a agitation, aggravations, or some kind of like intense energies that like, what did I didn't do? I was talking about years back the importance about to come out, in a public is a twin flame, but it's part of your internal freedom, freedom from within yourself. And we had a great discussions with Paulina about this. So without further ado, I'm gonna be passing it out to Paulina, and hopefully we're gonna have a great discussions, laugh, smiles, and keep the inner peace here. And here you go, darling. It's all you.
some some changes personally, new relationships, and I start sharing the story with me and Dio. And for some reason, I try to put it in these human words that to make sure that everyone understands. And right at this moment, if you try to explain the soul connection on a human level, like you will see the contradiction there, because it's as if you were trying to hide anything, like as if it's something awkward to talk about, and it's very uncomfortable on the soul level. And I think you will not able to have a peace within those connections until you can just be confident enough just to share, okay, this is my story, like I'm in a soul connection. And it's just, even if you talk with someone who is maybe not into spirituality that much, if you left out this piece I of information, it's I realize like it's creating some kind of dissonance in me, and I don't feel right. I feel like I'm just missing out on something, I'm not sharing everything. So it's just very interesting process, but I think it comes after you develop your spiritual side, and you see that, oh, this is not the end of the journey. It's just, okay, you developed one piece of you. Right now it's time to incorporate that to your normal life, just to live through that. So,
The people there was technical difficulties
oh,
here. They missed
oh
the
my god,
beginning. Um,
oh yeah.
yeah, if you can repeat a little bit out of the beginning in there when you were talking about like this moment when you evolve and that.
Okay, let me just repeat. Sorry for that, guys. I didn't see. I saw the messages in chat, but I was busy talking. So I just mentioned that I was having some situations in which I would try to explain this connection with Dio that we have, because people are curious, like, how are you doing, Paulina? What's new with your life? Do you have someone new? So then I start sharing, and then of course, like, they are interested to hear the details as normal human interaction. But then I found that I'm really struggling just to put that into words, just as if I'm really having these pressures to make everyone understands what the soul connections are about, and I'm getting very uncomfortable because I cannot seem to find the proper words to describe the connection, and I'm putting in unnecessary pressure to all of that because I see that I'm trying to cherry pick the words I'm trying to use to describe my story. And I realized it costs me a little bit of this uncomfort and discomfort when I'm talking to people, the people from the past that they didn't know. I didn't have to speak about the spirituality, but since it's such a big part of my life right now, I really need to stand strong and just, I don't have to hide anything, because at some moment it felt like, why do you hide it? Like, why cannot you just say, oh, you're in a soul connection? Like, why you have such a big trouble and explaining people the things they are? And I'm not sure if people picked it up too, but if you progress in your journey, you're becoming more spiritual. You discover this part of your life, but that's not the end of the story. It's just you gain this knowledge, this awareness, but then the next step is just to incorporate that into your life and just create that merge of the human nature and spiritual nature. So that's, I don't know, it's a part of the process, and clearly it shows that we are on the right track if those kind of thoughts are starting to emerge, because you can see, oh, there's some dissonance, and like, I'm trying to live two lives, or I'm trying to hide, oh, this is my safe space and I can be all spiritual. And then when people from your old life are asking, how are you doing, you are saying like 70% of information. So it's really uncomfortable because your soul won't like it. It's just, you will sense, oh, what's the rest of the truth? So
All right. Yeah. It's very interesting because when you start talking, the microphone begins to kind of like break it down, but also that your volume was lower it down so that people cannot hear you. But when you sorry about that repeating, it was my fault, and on one
no, no,
side,
no.
yeah, but that's how it goes. Just want to say the explanations about to the people. By the way, I want to recognize the people that came in right now in the chat: Classy B, Lorna, Erica, Blue. Who else? I don't know how to pronounce this. Serar, Lanoglu, and Rich. Hi, Rich. CF Tech. Thank you for coming in.
Everyone.
Yeah, I had that issue actually very early on that the journey. Some nights, people ask me, Dio, what happens to you? Why you are all this shine bulb light? They asked my ex-wife, what did you do to him? Look at him. He's all bright and shiny. Like when he walks in the room, is all the light here. My wife's just like, she cannot explain. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what I'm doing. People feeling it, that energy of me, people are feeling it. We are in this office with 30 people and everyone stares at me, and I'm like, oh my God. I wanted to hide in the bathroom, don't get out of there. I wanted to hide someplace, but I was like, okay, it is what it is. You have to go in there and you have to get in there. But I didn't explain nothing to my ex. I didn't explain nothing to nobody. I was just awakening within the connections. When people at work begin to ask me about it, Dio, what's going on with this light when they see this person? What the heck is going on? Because it was a public event, right? So I had to explain it. At some point, I was pushed to explain what's going on within me. I didn't get to sleep. I didn't have this. I got agitated, aggravated, and so on. Even if you try to explain it, didn't. I couldn't find the words at the beginning to explain this. But later on, when I watched the movie In Your Eyes, I don't know if you guys been watching that movie. They ask her, hey, what's going on with you? You're so shiny, you're so bright, and what is it going on? Did you find another man or something? And she's like, no, 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 no. You see this? I'm married. I'm married. I'm married. See the ring here? No, no, no. I don't have another man. She was in soul telepathic connections with another man in there. And then she felt that blocking that energy. It's very important you not to block it in there, because when you comes out at the end, whatever you have not done within the journey, you're gonna be doing it. You're gonna be getting it in there, and you're gonna find things inside of you there, blockages. One of the blockages it is not to be in a public, because you're suppressing the actual energy that you have to come to the public. This is more, it's not only about you anymore. Within when you come out in the public as a twin flame, you free yourself, and at the same time, you become an example. And by doing this, you are passing the energies of the divine, the energies of the universe that are being within you, you're giving it to others without any programming, prejudice, and so on and so on. But when it comes to certain situations, you're not doing it, then you feel the other side of the push and the pull, and you begin that internal war within yourself that doesn't help really in your journey with this. Was talking about that before. So it is good to free yourself. That is what you're here. You're here to free up your own self. Back to you, darling.
I think it's you release the pressure then once you're able to really see those things from the bigger picture, but also you can show your example, because until people know what's really going on with you, they won't be aware that those whole connections exist. And I believe that that's, if we talk about any kind of like a mission here, that's a big part, because it's just, for example, you're afraid to talk about it, or you feel uncomfortable talking about it because this is a no, it's not a norm. And of course, like not everyone is aware of those soul inside them when, if they are not in spiritual journey yet. But it's still, the more we talk about it, the more it's opening people's eyes. And it doesn't mean that everyone has to believe in it. It's just more, okay, let's open just the mindset of people, so they are working also on being more open, more tolerant, and just, it's how we are creating this freedom for everyone around. Like we just give this example, trying to teach them how to also act, with other people without judgment, without, just being understanding that we have different truths. And it's just really, the whole lesson is here just to be brave enough just to see and explain people, like, what's your perspective on life, like how do you live. And it's, as long as it makes you happy, they will see, okay, maybe I don't agree totally, or I don't resonate with the spiritual terms and energies and so on, but they will see, oh, that's a good impact on you. Like, I know you from before, and you are not happy. I saw you're in this lower states. Right now I can see you're happy, like you're having this passion, you finally found like a meaning in life. So I think that's a big example that we can give there. Not worry that much about people who don't understand us. It's just making sure that we can show the impact of what happens if you're following your truth. And it's really, even, it's aside from if it's spiritual or energetic, anytime that you are able to just show your true self, is just, that's the best example to give, I think, to people.
Yes, and since we were talking about a journey, the example for us is coming where within you. We're talking about on personal level as a personality in there. And some people are gonna be saying like, well, Dio, how can I say I'm with this and this person and a soul connections if the connection is not really ready to be unopened in there? You don't have to say who is the person. You don't have to say anything about this privacy situations. But all you can say that I am in a soul connections with somebody. It makes me feel good. It opens up from within me. I found a different meaning of life, because some of the people, they are in the soul connections with someone who is in marriage. They cannot go out in the public and state like, "Hey, I'm in a soul connection with such and such." Okay, but I'm talking about you personally. When someone asks you what's happened to you, why you're so smiley, why you're so shiny, why you're so this beautiful light, why you getting it into this, you to have the guts first of all and the courage to your own self is like, hey, I'm getting into these positions, I'm getting to this journey, I'm getting to learn it by I am in a love soul connections with someone, and my soul is happy and I'm happy from within. I finally beginning to understand the meaning of love. And that's why I feel this beautiful love within me. Kind of like a translated to a basic human language so people get it. Now there's gonna be some more questions. Maybe you know more about the soul connections. You probably study it already. Probably watched quite a few videos maybe at this point, and you're trying to explain something. But the things that you're going to have to explain to, first of all, is you. But when you're releasing the truth, you need to understand by releasing the truth, you're opening the cage with the key that you have in your neck, and you're free. But some of the people don't open this, don't release that energy. And later on, when they have to work in it out, they understand that this is like a big wall within. Is like what is stopping me in my connections. You're not doing it. If you look at it of this point, uh, because I have to do it because I have to get with the person to be in the relationship. If you're doing it for this, just forget about it. It's not about that. You're doing it first for your own self to open up the energies within yourself so they can flow naturally. They can flow naturally within you. So once they flow naturally, they can begin to be on much, much clarity. They begin to flow in its own way and find its own pattern. And then you're gonna find people who's coming to you is like, hey, I see that you're in a soul connection. Can I have questions for you? Now you're attracting what you are and you understand how the universe work magically. Back to you.
Mhm.
Oh, hi,
That's a good
Grande.
point. Actually, it's just if we hide that, we are missing these chances. Like you don't know who you have around and who could talk to you. For example, which people have the same issue. They are in some weird connection, or they don't know even, they don't have any logical explanation. But if you don't speak about it, they would have also no idea. So also by talking about it, you're just giving more people chance to find their answer, or even if they try to understand the special connection they have with someone in human terms, they will see, oh, you also had some influential relationship. It created some changes. I'm in similar situation. I met this person. There is something weird going on. Like, even, oh, as example, I was talking to my brother over a few days ago, and he started explaining to me this weird connection he had with that person. And that was his word. Like, he don't know about twin flames, anything like that, but he starts talking to me that he feels some energies pull towards this person, and he tries to me explain all this weird telepathy that they are having. And he doesn't come from this background, but because I started sharing with him, he knows he can ask some questions. So that's how we can create a comfort zone also for people to talk about this stuff and progress, because otherwise, like, they would be confused. They wouldn't have any idea who to contact. So I think it's all this a kind of a web that we're creating, really, and how we make this impact. I think that's really important.
Yeah, that actually happens to pretty much everyone who opens themselves. You will find that once you begin to open it, I'm not. I'm speaking here from personal experience, but also through people who connected to me. It's like my brother's waking up, my sister, what should I do, or my cousin. They came in, they asked me some questions. Dio, what is it going on? Here is the one of the biggest reason why you should come out in the public as a twin flame, healing the bloodline. And there was a one important video that I did back in the days. I know that some of the people missed it. They missed it because people can look at it. Oh, Dio, tell me how to get with my twin flame. I don't want to hear about the journey and all this, kind of like stuff of inner work and healing and so on. I want to know how to get with my twin flame. You have to learn how to become the twin flame. That's how you get your twin flame. But a lot of the people, they still don't get in it. It is what it is. But talking about this personal energies, you're gonna find out that sooner or later, some of the family is gonna wake up. Some of the family members, they're gonna be going through this experience. Some of the family members, they're gonna come in and talk to you. And some of the people, they're gonna be really asking you about that help because you have the guts, the power, the courage to be your true self. You picking up the time, the space, and the place, and how you're gonna come out as a twin flame in the public. Nobody's forcing you, but the journey is gonna be forcing you at some point. Don't wait until the last minute you to be doing it this there. But when the journey is asking you, have this dignity within yourself, have this power within for it. I was told this very early in the age. Let me tell you, it took me about good a year to come out as a twin flame. Good year, but I study what this is. I was looking soulmates. Then I learned that it's a twin flame. Then I look at it and I told everybody this connection is a twin flame and this thing it is a big thing and is gonna be going through lots of inner work. And they all laughed at me except one guy. One guy who come to me and is like, Dio, I understand what you've been going through because I got through similar things, but I got all screwed up. I can understand how you feel. You see, the universe is gonna show you to you. But that person did came in right off the bat. He didn't show up right off from there. He didn't came in right at the beginning. He had a fear of expressing what this is. Maybe if he was expressing early in the days in there, I could have known more about it. So there is a lot of reasons inside of you that at some point the journey is going to ask you, for whatever reasons, you to come out in a public. Somebody can ask you what you are, what do you do, what is your spirituality, what is this, what is that. But you can tell them, I'm in the journey as a twin flame. There is nothing wrong with that. Say, because it's what? It is the truth. And you open those energies they are releasing, they free you up, and the river's not gonna stop, the oceans is not gonna dry, the mountains not gonna disappear. Face your fears. So go back to you, darling.
Oh, we have an interesting question in the chat.
Oh,
Is the sexual energy the alchemy, and is it felt for both sides at the same time? Thanks. It's from Claire.
hi
I can
Claire,
try to
brother. Yeah, go ahead.
start. I see it. We are in physical separation right now, but the way I see it, the whole sexual energy, basically, this is the energy from which comes from the source or divine energies that we can experience here. And it has this capabilities to transmute all the like lower energies or some lower parts that need to be dealt with. And I think it's super powerful, and I don't believe it has to be experienced by both sides at the same time. It can, like when you have this physical union, but I think it's spontaneous as well. It depends on your personal connection, so it's like you can experience that totally different times, and then you just share it as an experience. But it's important to not to say that that's the sexual energy. Honestly, this is just the source energy that we don't know as our human minds. We have to compare it with something, so we just attach that to the like sexuality because that's how it feels. That's my view on that, but maybe Dio has some more.
Every time I'm getting these questions about is the sexual energy, the alchemy. Don't mix the alchemy with sexual energy, because the actual alchemy process that goes on in there is when it's purging the sexuality, creates a spiritual intimacy, which is totally different. Those are two different things. And throughout the journey, you're going to find out the purging of sexuality and transitions to a spiritual intimacy. Spiritual intimacy, it's so important and proper. And for example, you not only falling in love with the soul, with the heart, you fall in love with the body. And the same power you fall in love with the body is the same power you fall in love with the heart and the soul with the same person. Then when you look at another body, even if you look at another woman, even if you're looking at another whatever in your case is man or a woman, and you're looking at another, you don't have the connections there. You can staring at it, you can looking at it, you can, there is nothing going on. Even the hormones doesn't open to you. You become demisexual, and then you are wondering what's going on. The alchemy is done by the divine. At some point they change all this. They remove you of this sexuality, of this lustful thinking process, and the journey itself becomes the alchemy with this. It is felt from the both sides at the same time. If the both think about the same thing at the same time, yes, it has been confirmed from before, I can say for it. But no, if the one person thinks about that and the other person is in the process of purging it. You have two processes that goes on, because if the one finish their work of the intimacy and understanding the intimacy, the other one it's purging the lower energies, the lower lustful thinking, the lower situations in there. The one gets the download, the other gets the purge. And when they communicate to each other, when they reconnect to each other, and when they have the physical unit, then they begin to understand this. Because you're going to understand that the body, you're trying to be in a body with somebody else, doesn't resonate with you anymore. You're like glue it. You know, that's what they're talking about union. You're kind of like a glued to it. You like it, you touch it, you do it, but you like to touch it and love it the heart. You like it, touch and love it the energy of the person. You like and love the person's soul. You care for the whole package, not just for the sexuality is in there. You may have the sexual dreams, which is those are the primary energies, which is normal. And I don't say it's abnormal in there, but over the time, this sexuality, the journey, the twin flame journey, is going to turn to a spiritual intimacy. That this spiritual intimacy is going to turn to something more, even deeper. When you understand the relationship between the universe and the void, and the power of God's creations, the trees of life mysteries, spiritual intimacy is gonna give you a levels of understanding beyond your human comprehensions. You're gonna be wondering if you ever knew about what is about love. But when you get to these divine energies, to these divine partnerships, and the divine works with you to purge all this, to give you all this knowledge, to give you all these powers in there, you're gonna find out. The more you get in it from the universe, you find out the more you did not know nothing, and you're still learning every day, which is, this journey is amazing, because you're not darling, he said it the other day, uh, life is never gonna be boring because we're always gonna have something to talk about it. You see, let me tell you, the mysteries of the journey, it's so incredibly powerful. Then when you open, you really open in there, things gonna come up in a very beautiful way. Back to you, Darang. I hope that answered the question in there. My point.
We should go back to the topic. I just realized, like maybe based on my experience, maybe you can confirm too. But the first time, like first soul connection that I labeled as a twin flame experience, there were some, let's say, sexual energy, what we could try to define here, but it was super unaware, like because I didn't have the connection with my inner self. I was mislabeling. Like I thought that's all about the connection itself is what I'm experiencing is this sexual energy. But honestly, it's now I can see how it was limiting. You know, it's there was that's the same kind of energies I'm experiencing right now. But right now, with this new awareness, I know that I have it as a whole experience. It's not just, oh, my body is realizing some weird things happening to my body. It's more you see the whole picture here, and you can see, okay, that can be merged with another person. So it's just you will be those kinds of things. You will see how you're starting to get more understanding about it when you add this piece of awareness of the journey or consciousness, because you will be able to experience those things but in a present moment, not just from this like physical standpoint, and just you see this as a bigger picture. And also it's like you acknowledge that and you're even more grateful for that because you are able to fully experience all of this. So I think that's another piece that it's just enhance this experience.
The journey itself is gonna experiencing in there. It all begins. I spoke about this before. It all begins with the truth within you. First of all, how truthful you to yourself, and then how truthful you are out there with others. Even we talk about this with some people as well there, but watch your thought process inside of you. Watch your actions, and then if you didn't did anything right according to your soul, because this is your soul, your open soul, you're in a soul connections right now. When you don't do the things, how do you feel? Touching to your energy vibrations with yourself. If you feel this, because I experience it myself, these hot waves, okay, or especially when you feel this guilt tripping when you are lying, you got this little in you, like, oh my god, I hope they don't caught me lying, right? But now this is much more higher because you cannot hide from your soul. Now you're feeling your soul and you're trying to lie yourself in there, and you feel these vibrations that tells you should have done the right thing, you should have done the right situations, you should have said the right things inside of it. Now the journey is teaching you how you to live your truth for yourself. And these positions are there. So do you guys have any more questions or anything else in mind, guys? You can ask, but Clary, thank you for the question.
Yeah, because also even we were having we were looking some public figures here because I was, we were researching one band members, and we are looking into his story, and all I've learned, and Dio too, is this guy had a problem because he was kind of like his soul kind of was trying to guide him towards the proper direction, but because of his ego, he was not able to overcome this. And we even looked at this guy's astral chart, and it was clearly, oh my god, he was struggling so much, but he couldn't overcome this. It was expressed in his lyrics and all this, that he's suffering, but he's living in these two worlds, two oppositions, but he was not able to merge those two. And it just shows me, that's exactly what happens to us. We are going into this discomfort, and it doesn't have to be as extreme, that you're suffering in depression and all this, but it just shows like it creates the discomfort, and the more it piles up, you will be taking off from this, like a joy of the experience itself. So it's just the same way how you're treating yourself with the connection that you feel totally free. That's the amount of information you should share with everyone. And just by maybe exercising, just opening up and trying and learning yourself how to stay to true. Like, don't try to put your some of your masks when you're talking to in other environments. I think it's just that's a big lesson, because that gives you this ultimate freedom, because you feel that you can be comfortable in any environment, any part of the world you will even go to, any person that you will be talking to. So in the end, that gives you this sense that you belong to all of this, not just, you have your safe corner where you can talk about spirituality, but then you have to pretend someone else. So
Yeah. There's another question here. What is your opinion about the repeating numbers in spiritual sense, astrological sense? I saw a lot of nines today everywhere. Plus, I also had a very positive dream. All right. Repeating numbers. Will give you the best advice for whatever the numbers are. For example, in the last 2-3 days, I see what's called mirroring numbers, like 36, 63. The most seen was a 1661 and a 6116 in there, or the forever number that I've been seeing, it's 3883. It's been coming up to me. So if he comes in numbers to you for it, just go and type on the internet meaning of the number. There's gonna be a links that comes out, and usually some of the links they have like angelic, spiritual meaning, soulmate, twin flames and separations meaning, and so on. It's all whole another numerology stuff. But the best thing here is you reading it through it. There's gonna be a one that's gonna be clicking with you. That's what the one of the meaning you should be. As far as the number 9 of the ninth house, okay, you're talking about the ninth house. The ninth house is talking about the divine before doing the work in there. Who is your divine friends? And there. But if you look at it 3, 6, and 9, 3 is the divine, 6 is the material. What is 9? The manifestations, materializations of everything divine with material within you. So this is the end of the cycle of getting it to the 369. Okay, that's what I can tell you. Clary, thank you, dear Paulina. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, if you think we are more TF than we have more TF than one, then we have never had even one. We are only immature. Talking about immaturity, we are immaturity even for the journey. I mean, I was talking about that with people early in awakening there, that the biggest pitfall or downfall that we have is lack of educations about the twin flames. That's what I came out in the public 10 years ago. It's been something like that. But if you think there is a difference between think and know. A lot of the people think they should go to the journey as a twin flame, as they don't go into the journey as a twin flame. They pretend because they are immature to the journey. They are not looking at for what's next, what the next level of evolution is gonna be, what is that is. They are focused within the one person and there. And what happens is if you coming in with the understanding if there is more than one, if the one person is not worth it by the divine to walk with you, there's going to be another one because you are worth it and divine sees that. That's how it goes. But when you recognize and when a divine comes in, it says like you two coming in together, you guys recognize it, and I'm gonna give you this energy of the divine within you. You're gonna understand much more about it, about this part of more than one. Even the Mel, he was talking about this. I said that you don't know who is your twin flame. A lot of people come to me for consultations and the journey as a twin flame. I always send them back to them to look within themselves. They ask me if it is you, can you confirm if this person is you or my twin flame? Nobody can confirm except the divine in you and them. When a divine comes in, it says like, here Paulina, here Dio, here it's me. Here you guys are gonna be in a connection. I recognize it. I recognize the divine, and I recognize with Paulina. Okay. I'm okay with the truth within me. I'm okay with the divine energy, and I'm okay with Paulina. How Paulina is gonna be with that? It's all within. Well, we had like a few days that, what is this? What is that going on with that? So there is a difference between think and know because you walk the road. A lot of the people only getting information on the base of I think. There is a difference between I think and I know because I've been there, done that. And when you're talking with experience within the soul connections, and you have some soul connections within, then you're going to understand. Twin flame is not a relationship. Twin flame is a personal journey. You to unify to yourself. You to twinning your own self. You just need a person to show you what you're missing within you. If the one person show you not doing the inner work, they cannot work with you. They're going away. They're running away from you. You're going chasing. What are you chasing? You're chasing yourself. Maybe they're running from themselves because they see something that you mirror back to them. That creates the runner-chaser dynamic. But if you've been to this journey of runner-chaser dynamic 1, 2, 3 times, on the fourth time when somebody wants to run, what do you tell them? Heck no, I'm not chasing. I don't want to run. It's up to you. Or the other side, I'm going to be running if you want to chase. And like, what should I run? From what I'm running? I'm running from myself. What should I run? I can't run. Maturity. But the maturity doesn't happen for one day. Maturity comes in with inner work and what something else. You want to know and explore the journey more and more and more and more because you want to end this. You want to graduate. It's like a school. You want to become a graduate there. So that's what it is. Oh, my mouth is dry. Darling, it's you.
No, you just said exactly how I wanted to explain exactly that it's not twin flame as a person. It's a twin flame experience that you will have a bunch of different people that you will be replaying this dynamic, like twin flame dynamic. And as much as you need to progress with one person, as Dio said, like if you're not able to both work together, you will split. But then your only task then is just to do your work because you're gonna be having another connection coming your way that will show you some other things that you still have to improve. So instead of focusing on that person who's left behind, let them be left behind because you have already several other connections that will be, coming one after another until you realize, like, honestly, like, I don't have any expectations from the connections. Like, I have everything I need. So anyone who comes my way, I'm okay with that. And then at some point, you're gonna be complete, and you will be okay with any type of connection or maybe no connection. So that's the moment when you're ready, and you don't have to have more twin flame dynamics because you've realized, it ends like the moment you end this runner chaser, you're done on it pretty much with twin flame dynamics. You will have some other things to overcome and just explore. but this time it would be just on the basis of peace, because whatever you will be doing, you will want to maintain this peace. So that was a good explanation.
Yeah.
You did.
Um, I have a hard time pronounce the name. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna kind of like the last portion. Anoglu, you say thank you, welcome. Giuliano, hey brother, thank you for coming in. Um, thank you, dear. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And there is a one more thing there that the journey is triggering the immaturity and can trigger the immaturity on three basic levels. This is a psychology, personality, spiritual. This is a philosophy of self-talk and the spirituality. It's gonna be all that. But if the person is weak when their personality as a towards themselves from within, and they have this weak psychic, it's coming because they haven't talked good to themselves. That comes in from the philosophy. Philosophy is the way you talking to yourself. And then you have the divine. The divine gives this power, these downloads to you, these informations to yourself, what to tell to yourself so you can fix what you need. They may want to talk to you about your personality, to change your personality from within, you to become to your higher self. But also they're talking to you of this philosophy. You embodying it, the both too with this. And then you maturing in there. You don't become any more immature. Talking about I think I missed that point. Giuliano, in the first time I met her, I was 110, 100, she was mine, but I know I'm focused to myself, so I don't feel any connection. Yeah, at some point when you focus too much within the other person, it becomes and turns into this poisonous obsession. You constantly think about them. You wake up with them, you sleep with them, you are them, and everything revolves around them. Where is you? You find out over through the journey that at some point you abandon yourself. And you are wondering why soul connections is abandoning you. It is what it is. Self journey. You guys gonna learn it at some point. And this is why we are coming out. This is why we made a website. This is why we're doing a workshop. This is why we're doing the videos. Because we getting at the point. It's a personal journeys, guys. When you get your personal journey, you get the reward. Is the person, however person is. You gotta taste that journey. But graduate. All right. I guess you want to say something, darling.
I think that's just a bit of encouragement. I think that's and not just our example, like anything, any kind of couple that you see that they are online right now in twin flame community when they are together. I really believe like each couple has done work before, within their twin flame journey, and they are just able to sustain this conscious connection. So it's just example for everyone. Like this hard work pays off, but at some point you won't be doing it for the reward. You will just see the fruits, and you will see like it's just freeing for you, and you will start enjoying it as a personal journey, because you will see it's, if you would be limiting to it only one person, and you have all the other people and the connections you can have along your healing journey, like why would you limit yourself even to one person? It's just you can learn so much from anyone else. So I think that's, but this reward part, I think it's true. Like once you complete the whole set and you're in comfort with you, like you're not even able to work and grow on your own anymore. So you will be getting new things to overcome, just leftovers from this individual standpoint. You will be done. You've done your work, but the next stage would be just to work through the connection and give an example again about the personal journey and how it is to be connected with someone who is aware, who doesn't want to create drama, like how we can make these templates of having peaceful relationships and even overcoming all the patterns we were having in the past from after our parents and family, how we can make a change and just, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be, creating the whole empire and business and all this. It's really on this, even like a tiny examples, just if you meet a couple and they are just flowing with each other, in my life, maybe I've met 3 4 couples like that I saw, oh my god, they are just, they really love each other, and it was just, but I have a sense like it's not enough. So this kind of like on a mission standpoint, like for sure the universe will want you to create something here on earth, but to begin with, like you should be just giving an example of this healthy balanced relationship, like without drama, just equality is support and respect.
She stole my words out of me for it. So I guess I'm just gonna add on one thing. There is no perfections, even if you have a problems. And this kind of like a level connections because you already improve and mature yourself in your personality within yourself, in your personality within your spirit and so on. Even if there is situations, even there is a problems, you too begin to understand that you can solve them. It doesn't matter what the problems and no matter what the situations is. You both are matured enough to look at the problems, not like in mature relationship that it's like pointing fingers, making scandals, it's your fault, my fault, all that drama and trauma that Paulina was talking about. I was about to say about the family and the impact and so on. She took all that. I'm like, okay, all right. She said, that's fine. And it is beautiful. But the journey itself, it's still that truth within yourself. That truth that is so beautiful. All right, Erica. I see the whole time 369, but I also working at 639 or 936. All combinations of it. I'm smiling. I know meaning something. I'm happy with the universe. You always gotta be happy with the universe, but be happy with the void too. That is a whole another level in within the void, guys. Let me tell you that. It has something to do with yin yang. It has to do someone with the little cells within yourself. It has to do with the whole level of life. It has to do with the creation. But you're gonna learn all this when you're getting into a journey. At some point, we're gonna be making some videos about this and so on. This advanced information is gonna come in. Some of the stuff was still, I would say, new to it, but they're not that new. But we kind of like remembering things from within your soul. But as talking about all this, you gotta be happy with everything that comes in, the good, the bad, the ugly, the happiness, the joys, the sadness, aggravations or agitations, whatever it is. But you gotta be happy because everything that comes into your life either is gonna show you what you've been done or is gonna show you what you need to make improvements to it. And the journey of the twin flame personality within you is gonna become and make you more of what you are as a soul. Why did you came here? And then you're gonna begin to understand the one most valuable question. What can we do together? Then you're gonna understand that your relationship with the divine is what can we do together. Your relationship with your divine partner is what can we do together. Your relationship with your partner with divine is what can we do all together. then you're gonna understand that relationship is what can we do on the earth together? What can we do in the whole Milky Way together? What can we do in the whole universe together? How about what can we do all together in the universe and the void and create another universe? Guys, this journey is awesome. It is amazing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But back to the topic. When somebody's
Can I
asking,
add something more?
yes, sure.
Because the void has been feeling neglected, so I have just to speak a little bit about the void, just maybe to explain how we can translate that in our journey, like what is the void that we are talking about. And I really believe this is the space that is being created once you lose something on your journey. So it might be the connection or losing anything really, maybe jobs, maybe you're moving somewhere, so you feel this space that is being created, but many people don't appreciate it. They see, oh my god, the universe taking it from me, like why am I losing things? So instead you have to see, okay, you are having this black space that is creating, there's a blank slate. That means that it's, you should be excited because new things will be coming. So that's things kind of like universe versus void, I think, explained in our, like on a little bit smaller scale, that we can, that's why you have to be appreciative of on this spaciousness that it's being created, right? That's how the universe can create, this necessary changes that are required.
You're gonna find out also the correlations between what you know in your consciousness is equal of what you don't know in your subconsciousness, that it's not fully open in you. The portions of your brain, they are void. But it's also correlating to your actions and the avoidance you do whenever you do. Then you're gonna understand it's all one. You begin to understand oneness in a whole another higher level, I would say. And you're gonna laugh on your journey. You're gonna mature within this and there. But the beginning is important. That beginning. Be your true within you. Okay. I also repeating numbers 12, 12, 77, etc. And the same smiling in peace. 1717, great number. There's a divine and angelic energies comes in. Giuliano, thank you, Dio. That's true, Paulina. Giuliano, age is good point to know how mature you are, or doesn't matter. I'm asking because I'm 28 and the girl is 25. Darling, this is the age about it.
I had this discussion yesterday actually with my friend. One of my best friends, she's 70-year-old, and Dio was asking, oh, I have a sense that you have better connection with the 70-year-old than her daughter. She's 36, and that's true. I have no common vibe with the daughter. As much as I would like to fit in, but it's the level of I don't want to say that's the level of awareness. It's just I grew spiritually so much that I just doesn't resonate. It's just I can see the bigger picture. Like I don't care about those earthly matters that the people are building, and I appreciate, everyone's building their life, but it's really like age doesn't matter. It's just our souls. They have their own ages. Like if I don't even know how it works, people say about old souls, new souls, and so on. But in the journey, I think it's just any the only way you can talk about people, I think, the amount of inner work they did and just level of awareness. Like I cannot see people different way right now. It's just, are they doing their work or are they postponing and just focusing purely, on this 3D things and material things.
Juliana, what I'm going to add into that is like at some point people ask us about the age gap and so on. We don't feel it at the age gap, the ages, because we are mature in the soul. and that eliminates the physical. Yeah, you're gonna cross your mind, you're gonna crossing on things, but when your soul is in the same level, same vibrations, same things, then all of a sudden what happens within you that something's changing within yourself, and that doesn't even become. It doesn't matter how old the person physically is. As a Paulina said, the right thing in there. Your level of maturity in your soul is your awareness of what's going on. That's how you're treating people of their level of maturity. It doesn't matter about anything else. Okay, you can sit down and talk with someone who is about 55, 60 years old, and they will talk to you like the boy in the bar that is still froze up in time of age of 20 when he had this very beautiful sports car and how many girls, and he's been in the quarterback of the football team at the school and so on. He's still talking the same language. He's frozen time. Didn't even work on to mature. You can go ahead and talk to someone who is 2022. They have a rough childhood, they had a rough time, but they had to mature. They mature for their age, they learn how to be independent, they understand what is a soul connections is. And then you're gonna have the same awareness as you have. Age doesn't matter. Your soul, what you're carrying within you, your vibrations, your energies, what is that it comes in? And then you're gonna learn it then. We're our souls. That's what the beauty of this journey is like. It makes you realizing your true self, your soul, your spirit, who you are. And the most important thing, why did you came here? Why did you decide to came here on Earth? So yeah, but about the age, that doesn't really matter. Mm-mm.
But I think this age will be maybe becoming lower. Like more people will be having these experiences and start awakening sooner in these upcoming years. Like this is gonna be low and low. It's still, it's not easy when you start your awakening early, because still there are people who are awakening or are either born awake or they start awakening when they are in high school, for example. But it's not the ideal case, but you'll always find your way. It's just, okay, maybe you will have to get involved in age gap kind of relationship, but I think it will start shifting, that we'll be having even those twin flame couples coming, that they are in 20s, but they are able to overcome that. And if they have a proper example, speaking about examples, right, they will see that maybe bigger picture.
They're coming. We know it. Unions are coming. We all know it. The thing is that vibrations on the earth has been increased. And we talk about this. It's not only me. Quite a few other people also mention it about this. And the more we are gonna progress in it, the more unions is gonna be coming in, and all this. So look inside of you before you unite with somebody else in a connection. Unite with yourself first. I'm quoting myself, and that is your more primary thing than when can I get my twin, or how I'm gonna do, or what can I do to get my twin, and so on. You become the twin, then you're gonna attract like a magnet through the gravity to understanding the quantum fields and the quantum mechanics and all that. You're not gonna be looking for it. You're gonna be attracting it. You're gonna understand the law of attractions in its best form. All right. Uh, Any more questions, guys, you have? I don't see any more questions, but Giuliano, thank you. Great questions in there. So, yeah.
I think I've covered it all in terms of coming up in the public, just remembering that it gives us this extra freedom that we can always use. Like we will just have more peaceful mind, and then it always brings you higher in the soul journey. When the longer you can maintain this peace, that the longer those energies can work through you. That's the way, because you just get rid of this resistance, right? So this is the default. Like honestly, in the journey, like that's our only or the main thing that we have to do here, just to be able to maintain the balance and peace. Like you don't want to be in contradiction, because when you have contradictions, your mind is not still. It's just you have this pressures coming, and just you're too much out instead of going inwards. So
Yeah, and also creating that the blockage, that energies within yourself is gonna be creating the blockages and energy situations in the connections, in the connection with your partner, but also in the connections with the divine. And then you're like, oh my God, I am between the hammer and the stone, and somebody beats me up. No, 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 I have to fix that, and so on. And yeah, Juliano's give us hearts, and you're
thank
amazing.
you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Juliano. All right. Well, that's all I had from me there. Let's share the love and the light, guys. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching us. And if you have any questions, comments in there, or anything that for it, don't be afraid to contact us. And we'll be happy if some of you come and decide to come and visit us and see us personally in Spain. We would love to see you there. Okay. For more questions, go to the aquaspiritunited.com. It's our baby. We created our website together. So thank you guys. We love you.
Thanks guys for coming. Thanks for your time. Oh, Lorna likes the new design. That was Dio's invention. At first I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, it's all over the message. We don't want to play with that much. But then Dio is like, oh my god, like this is a this Aquarius spirit. I feel the need for innovation. I'm like, all right, Paulina, you forgot about this your Aquarius side. So I'm like, oh baby, just go. I love the look. Let's see where it goes. That's this sense of a freshness. I think that was a really good point.
Yeah, I want to share something about it that when you're building something with your partner, sometimes you feel like within the journey. Let's get to the union right now. Let's get all this right now. Let's get all that. When you getting into a mature spiritual connection, the keywords here: mature spiritual connection. You get the things that you want to happen naturally. You're not push, you're not hush, you're not rush. And with the website, we took our time to do it. And you learn these kind of things. What is your relationship is? I'm so happy that we did the right things. And we did patiently, consistently. We're not pushed, we're not rushed, and so on. All right, guys, you can guys go ahead and see it.
Oh, and also I wanted to thank Lorna here because I remember she was also helping us to check this
Oh yes,
grammar.
exactly. Yes,
So,
misspelling kind of works, and thank you, Lauren. All right.
all right.
That's,
See you
put in
next time.
some
Thanks for coming.
smiley faces, and I'm gonna give you the stars of hearts.
I'll put my
May the universe be with you. May the love be with you. All right, guys.
See you next time.
See you next time.